Good afternoon and welcome to RMU Live. Today is Monday, November 4th. I'm John Blinn.
And I'm Sonu Babu. Here's what's happening now.
Breaking news, Allegheny County Police and the FBI are currently responding to a bank robbery in Turtle Creek. The incident is happening at the Citizens Bank along Penn Avenue. The Allegheny County Police Bomb Squad has been called to the scene. Officials are yet to put anyone into custody. Police are looking for a man and his girlfriend after a fatal shooting in West Virginia. Preston County authorities say that 33-year-old Aaron Horde and Michaela Jeffries may be on the run with their 1-year-old child. Investigators say that Horde is wanted for allegedly shooting and killing 38-year-old Grant Felton at the Shorten Saloon in Terra Alta on Sunday. The couple was last seen traveling in a 2018 black Dodge Ram.
2 armed men robbed a pizza shop in Bloomfield at night. At 12:40 a.m., officers arrived at the Mia Pizza shop on Baum Boulevard. The masked men held 2 employees at gunpoint and grabbed the cash tray. The robbery is still under investigation. And a fire broke out in a pizza shop in Fayette County. The fire started at 2 a.m. in Brownsville and was under control within 90 minutes after firefighters arrived. There were no reported injuries.
Police are searching for a man involved in an armed robbery. Point Park officers responded to a call at around 1:50 p.m. on Sunday. The incident took place on 3rd Avenue at Cherry Way. The victim of the robbery was allegedly pistol whipped during the encounter. Authorities describe the suspect as a thin black male with short hair and estimate him to be around 25 years old. He was last seen wearing a black coat and a multicolored backpack. After the robbery, the suspect took off towards the courthouse in the direction of Grant and Ross Street.
A water break happened in Canonsburg Sunday evening. Police arrived to clear the scene near Interstate 79 and Weavertown Road. 300 customers were affected and the road is still closed.
Officials responded to what was described as a major gas leak at the Great Southern Shopping Center. Multiple fire departments responded to reports of an odor of gas in the mall at around 1 p.m. on Sunday. 6 stores were shut down and will remain closed until the problem is taken care of. People's Gas is still investigating to determine the cause of the odor.
And a house in Crafton was damaged after a car hit the house on Sunday afternoon. The driver was trying to reverse and hit the gas pedal instead, running into a retaining wall. No injuries were reported and the house is still in livable condition.
Several road closures are expected to impact Pittsburgh traffic. Sawmill Run Boulevard was closed on 2 p.m. on Sunday and will remain closed until Wednesday. The closure will allow crews to prepare to replace the Shaler Street Bridge. PennDOT closed the outbound lanes at 7 p.m. and the inbound lanes were closed earlier in the day.
Officials are warning residents in the Pittsburgh area to check their dollar bills after replica money was circulating. The City of Duquesne Police Department warned residents in a Facebook post on Saturday. This money is legal to buy but illegal to pass off as real.
The 2020 general election day is less than 1 year away. The presidential election will be held Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. The latest head-to-head polls show President Trump trailing just behind Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren. But the Democratic presidential nominee won't even be picked until the Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee in mid-July. It's unknown what impact, if any, the House impeachment inquiry will have on Trump's re-election bid and voter support. For Robert Morris students, polling will take place in the cafeteria lobby of Moon High School.
And now we're going to take it over to Luke Yost, who is outside with the full look at the weather.
How's it looking out there, Luke?
Thanks, John. A beautiful day out here today. Nice day, a little breezy. So if you have your kite, fly it today. Let's take a look at today's forecast for today. 56 degrees. We're going to top out here today. 50% chance or 50% humidity, excuse me, and a 0% chance of precipitation. Only going down to 43 tonight. So an overall beautiful day today. Again, if you have your kite, fly it today. This is going to be the only dry day for the foreseeable future, for the next couple days at least. So right now, we're going to go back to John and Sonu for more RMU Live.
Thank you, Luke. And now we will be back with the latest RMU news.
Stay tuned for more.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. This guy No. This warrior will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to RMU Live. Tammy Sawmell will be speaking at the third roundtable of the semester. Sawmell is the Assistant Professor of Nursing and will be presenting on November 6th from 11 to 11:50 in Franklin 204.
The Center for Documentary Production and Study and the Media Arts Department will be showing a critically acclaimed film. The documentary Blackout will be shown to the RMU and local community and will feature a panel discussion after the screening. The film shows how children reconcile their desire to learn in the world's poorest countries.
And the Health Services Administration Networking event is on November 13th in Yorktown Hall from 5:30 to 8 p.m. RSVP by today to attend the discussion, Disruption is Coming, Trends in Senior Services.
Last Thursday, Dr. David Jamison and Dr. Ann Jabro hosted the first of 4 First Amendment on Trial debates. Let's take a look back at the debate to see what it was all about.
Lots of amazing things happen when creative minds collide and institutional structures provide flexibility for learning environments. The collision generated the First Amendment on Trial debate series and features 4 debates focused on freedoms afforded by the First Amendment. Students from the Civil Rights and Civil Liberty classes prepared and will present compelling arguments the legal system would advance when an aspect of the First Amendment is on trial. The Academic Media Center assisted with empowering us to include you in this experience through cameras, audio, and technology. And we, students from Public Relations and Social Media class, Brittany Claybaugh, Kayla Carbert, Jackie Medvid, Jules Schmid, and Lauren Camito, developed a public relations agency, Golden Strategy and Design, to develop and launch a campaign to entice you to participate.
Today, I think it was important that both of them mentioned a comparison and contrast to the Pentagon Papers of the early 1970s and what Edward Snowden did about 4 decades later. Because there are some key similarities, illegal activity, exposing, though, illegal activity of the government, and certainly the involvement of the press in publishing these documents, versus the idea of, is it right for people to do something illegal simply to ensure that a misdeed is made public?
Join us in the Academic Media Center for the First Amendment on Trial debate series every Thursday until November 21st at 1:30 p.m.
Our campaign focused on making people aware of their First Amendment rights, and we've been successful too. Post your comments about the debate and our public relations effort on our Facebook page, The First Amendment on Trial, and join us for our next debate on November 7th, where students will be discussing how free is free speech in a public school.
Be sure to watch her at 1:30 p.m. on November 7th in the TV studio at Robert Morris University. Follow First Amendment on Trial on Facebook for more information.
The debates run for the next 3 Thursdays as students in Dr. Jamison's and Dr. Jabro's classes discuss various Supreme Court topics. The debates start at 1:30 p.m. in the Academic Media Center studio located in the Patrick Henry Center.
And when we come back, Greg Sutton is in the studio for an update on Pittsburgh sports.
Stay tuned for more on RMU Live.
lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for 75 years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
but there's a lot more to say. Like, if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90-mile-per-hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back to RMU Live. Greg Sutton is at our sports desk ready to give us a recap of Pittsburgh sports. What do you have for us, Greg?
Well, John, the Pittsburgh Steelers returned to action yesterday at home to take on the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers would go on to win the four-quarter affair 26-24. The Steelers safety Minka Fitzpatrick grabbed his third interception in just 6 days. Fitzpatrick returned the interception against the Colts 96 yards for a touchdown. Steelers play again Sunday against the Los Angeles Rams. The Pittsburgh Penguins were on the ice Saturday to do battle against the Edmonton Oilers for the afternoon matchup. The Penguins were on a 3-game win streak leading up to the game, but the Oilers struck gold in overtime to beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-1. The Penguins are back in action tonight against the Boston Bruins. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds were in the United Soccer League semifinals against Louisville City Saturday. They shut out their past 3 opponents, with the largest victory being in the quarterfinals, with 7 goals being scored by the Riverhounds. Louisville City put an end to Pittsburgh's hopes of a title, defeating the Riverhounds 2-1. And that's all I have for Pittsburgh sports. Now let's go back to the desk to John and Sonu.
For more information on news, sports, and arts and entertainment, visit RMUcentermedia.com. Coming up, we have this week's Health Minute, and today is National Candy Day, so stay tuned.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again. But an awkward silence can be a great thing. Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
I got it!
Hi.
Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared. So start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that.
What are you looking for?
Welcome back to RMU Live. Teens are spending even more time on devices, and that doesn't include time spent looking at screens for school. Mandy Gaither has more on the uptick in teen screen time in today's Health Minute.
More than 7 hours a day. That on average is how much time a U.S. teen spends watching a screen for entertainment, according to a new study by the nonprofit organization Common Sense Media. Researchers say screen time has inched up by 42 minutes a day since 2015. Data from a nationwide survey of more than 1,600 youth between the ages of 8 to 18 was analyzed. The study says tweens spend nearly 5 hours looking at screens. Most of the time in both age groups is spent looking at TV or videos. The research shows for tweens, YouTube dominates the online video space. Youth also spend a majority of time using devices to play games. Risks include the potential for youth to be exposed to harmful messages online and for them to become socially isolated, spending time on devices instead of with peers. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It's time to finish up that Halloween candy. Today is National Candy Day. You can eat some of that leftover candy you were giving out to trick-or-treaters Thursday night, if there's any left. Or perhaps you can sneak some candy from the stash your kids collected going house to house. If not, you can hit up your local store. You can post what you're eating at the social media hashtag National Candy Day. If you want another sweet day to look forward to, February 1st is National Dark Chocolate Day.
And Amazon will have fast and free delivery options this holiday season for Prime users across the U.S. This means Prime members will have access to over 10 million items available for free next-day delivery. It will include popular holiday gifts such as toys, games, and electronics. Customers can still choose to have their orders delivered to any self-service hub lockers across the country. This will not have any additional costs. There are also an option to pick up Amazon packages in-store at various partner locations. It'll include staffed pickup areas within Rite Aid, GNC, as well as at some independent pharmacies. And after the break, Greg Sutton is here to talk about RMU sports.
Stay tuned for more.
Dad, I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back. Greg Sutton is back in our sports desk, ready for a quick recap of Robert Morris sports.
How are those Colonials looking, Greg?
John and Sony, the Colonials are looking fantastic right now. And first of all, I'd like to welcome you to the worldwide of Robert Morris Sports. But Robert Morris football team was back at home this week to face Long Island University. The Colonials were able to hold off the Sharks 28-17. The Colonials are still undefeated in conference play heading into the rivalry week. The Colonials' next matchup is with the cross-city rivalry against the Duquesne Dukes Saturday at Joe Walton Stadium. Make sure to go out and support, and they can go 5-0 in conference. The women's hockey team was home this past weekend to drop the puck against Penn State Friday and Saturday. The Colonials and the Nittany Lions finished the weekend with an 8-goal differential. Robert Morris outscored Penn State 10-2. Robert Morris put up 5 goals in both games of the weekend and ended their streak of no wins. The Colonials take on the conference opponent, Lindenwood, Friday and Saturday on the road. Basketball here at Robert Morris is coming this week. The women's team is traveling to Fort Worth, Texas to take on the TCU Horned Frogs, and the men's basketball team is playing in the 2019 MABC Invitational this weekend, playing Marshall on Thursday and Notre Dame on Saturday. And last year, women's were able to clinch the NEC championship. RMU volleyball played 2 games this past weekend on both Friday and Saturday. The Colonials were able to keep up their undefeated tally in conference play, beating both Bryant and Sacred Heart, with both matches being won 3-1. The Colonials will look to keep their streak alive this weekend, Friday against Central Connecticut and Saturday against St. Francis Brooklyn. The Robert Morris men's soccer team took the pitch against Long Island University and were hoping to keep their playoff hopes alive with a win. The Colonials were shut out 3-0 in the contest and effectively eliminated from playoff contention. Their final game is Sunday against St. Francis in Loretto, Pennsylvania. The women's soccer club was also on the pitch last Friday for their last game of the season against St. Francis Brooklyn at the North Athletic Complex. Robert Morris concluded their 2019 campaign with a 4-0 win in the contest. That's all we have for Robert Morris Sports. Let's go back to the desk to John and Sonu.
To learn more about all news RMU, be sure to catch RMU Focus Fridays at 1 p.m. For a late night twist on night television, stay tuned to RMU Tonight, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. And for all your updates on Robert Morris Sports, catch Colonial Sports Center Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. here on RMU-TV. So do you have any plans going on with the RMU stuff we talked about?
Well, hopefully the weather warms up a little bit, but it is November, so it's probably not. Today is National Candy Day, so I will be planning on eating all of my candy that I gathered.
I've got to say, I wish I could go out and trick or treat now, but if a big goon like myself comes up to you at the door, you're not going to give me any candy, I have a feeling. But like we mentioned in the package earlier today, we can just head over to the store. I'll buy myself some Kit Kats or something, or I can go to Romo's and buy one, you know? It's just down there, but I feel like it's got to come from the store. It just doesn't feel the same coming from Romo's.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your favorite candy, Sonu? What do you plan on eating today?
I love Skittles and Kit Kats, but yeah.
Skittles and Kit Kats? All right, I respect that. Yeah. And Romo sells those, so you can always head over there if you can't make it out to the store today. I think that's all we have for today, Sonu.
Thank you for joining us on RMU Live. We will see you next week.